Microsoft revealed some big news for its Xbox Game Pass last week. The pass, which gives subscribers access to a huge catalogue of games to play as much as they want, will in future include all first-party Xbox exclusives on day one. That is a great deal for consumers, and we're pretty big fans of it actually. But video game retailers, at least in the UK, seem to be both furious and terrified about this.
Last week's announcement that the Xbox Game Pass would include games like Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3 and State of Decay 2 on day one was received pretty warmly by the gaming public. Pay a Netflix-like subscription and not only get access to a library of games, but get instant day one access to Xbox's biggest exclusives. That is some deal. And it's some deal that bricks and mortar retailers think will just crush them. GamesIndustry.biz conducted a series of interviews with games retailers in the UK on the topic of Microsoft's hot new offering, and they are not happy. Cast your minds back to last week when we told you about Austrian retailer Gameware, which announced it would not stock Xbox products as a result of this news. Their argument being, why would customers ever use Gameware again when they can just buy that one console from them and pay a subscription service to get all their games? It renders the retailer obsolete. Well, that's basically what all the retailers' games industry interviewed said.
Take this quote from Stuart Benson of Leicestershire shop Extreme Games with a Z. For the consumer, it's absolutely fantastic. For us in retail, it just kills us outright. Essentially, it's made our Xbox business worthless overnight. Effectively overnight, they've wiped massive value off our company and made it not worth doing. Extreme Games is now planning to stop stocking Xbox products because now, quote, there's no incentive. Stephen Stangroon of Cornish shop Stan's Game said Microsoft will kill the second-hand market and that he also won't bother stocking Xbox anymore. And another retailer, Chris Bowman, said that retailers like his shop, Console Connections in County Durham, can't stay profitable by selling Microsoft vouchers. He also warned, quote, if Sony and Nintendo were to follow suit, it's game over. Let's see what he did there. GamesIndustry.biz spoke to numerous business owners saying this sort of thing.
But they weren't all so nervous. One retailer, Christian Lecornu of Jersey-based indie shop CD Johns, that's the actual name, I didn't make that up.
You won't forget it though, will you?
Said it's only die-hard Xbox fans who'll sign up to the Game Pass. Not sure that's true. I'm not a die-hard Xbox fan. I don't think Mike is either.
No.
But we're still both interested in this.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not going to rule it out. It's like someone from Blockbuster saying no one's going to be streaming Netflix. Who's going to pay a subscription to watch this? It's that kind of, that's what it comes across as to me.
Remember when Blockbuster had the option to buy Netflix and they turned it down?
And they laughed it off.
And
no, thank you.
It feels like the same thing here. Christian Lecornu went on, quote, to be honest with you, our sales are quite predominantly PS4. The ratio is something like 5-1. For every 20 PlayStation titles we sell, we only sell 1 or 2 Xbox titles. It's not going to hit our bottom line massively. So yes, I can see it making quite a big impact to Xbox gaming in general, but I don't think it will affect our company as much. And some others saw this kind of news as an inevitability for the industry. Robert Lindsay of Scottish chain Games Centre said, it's only a matter of time before the publishers turn the screws even tighter and monopolise the direct sale of games.
There was an awful lot of pessimism in this feature, which is an excellent bit of work. If you want to read it, there'll be a link in the description. There's many, many more quotes than we've picked out there. There was a lot of people just saying, oh, this is not good for our business, we're not going to look at Xbox anymore, there's no point, why would they, if they can just pay a subscription, why would they ever come back to our shop? You know, they are bricks and mortar retailers, so maybe, you know, their business is kind of, they are totally dependent on the way things are now, and anything moving forward is gonna hurt them, I guess. You know, is this progress and that they're just kind of lagging further behind? There's definitely an argument to be made there, because for consumers, it definitely is a great deal, and that's what's got the bricks and mortar shops so terrified, because now their business doesn't look like such a good deal.
We have seen subscription models pop up in other industries, like you've got music industry's got Spotify, you've TV, you've got Netflix and all that sort of thing. There's so many ways to access your media now with a subscription. It was only a matter of time before gaming came up with something like this. It's great for the consumer, of course it is. There is a huge conversation in the game industry at the moment as what's value for money these days? Are games worth $60? Should they be more? There's a Jim Acquisition this week about some huge YouTuber did a video saying that they shouldn't be $60 anymore, there should be more. Gamers are always looking for value for money. Now this subscription service looks like an awesome value for money proposition for any gamer who wants the newest games. It's almost a a no-brainer. It's almost like they should have thought of this earlier. It definitely should have. Obviously, the games retailers are concerned because, yeah, they'll go out of business if they don't innovate. That's the way the business works, right? But are we angry at them for being a bit scared? Nah, we'll give them a pass. I got a nod. Game Pass, get it? We'll give them a pass.
The trouble is, yeah, you do this, and I'm like,
Whee!
that's what happens when you mess with Mike. Foam falls from the ceiling.
Yeah, the sky falls in.
I'm like, I feel like that's a good place to finish the video now, but I have more.
Oh, right, I see. I just bleep it and carry on. Liam?
We should point out they aren't actually saying, oh, we're boycotting them, we're staying away from them on like a principle basis. They're actually saying it's not worth our money anymore to sell Xbox products if this is the way that it's going to go. They are totally dependent on people coming in, buying a console, then coming back in on a regular basis to buy games for that console. Second-hand games ideally for them because they get a huge cut of the profits there. All the money goes straight to them. So they want people to come back in. If you can just buy a console and then subscribe to a service like Netflix, why would you ever need to go back to the shop again? So that's what they're saying. There's no business in it for them anymore. And you can see with the comments that we kind of picked towards the end there, they're being very warm towards Sony and very hard on Microsoft. They're trying to burn Microsoft and at the same time just kind of be as nice to Sony as possible. One of the quotes said, if Sony and Nintendo were to follow suit with this, that would be the end of it. So Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass has got a lot of video game retailers worried, at least in the UK. What do you think about this? Do you sympathise with them at all? Let us know what you think down in the comments. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this every single day. There's another video right there which you can check out right now if you want, and the link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. See you next time.